No black cats, just straight facts.
Triple P certified.
Listen, we can talk about odds all day. It doesn't matter what the odds are. It matters what's gonna happen.
Welcome back. It's the Perfect Play Pursuit, first of 2026. Guys, we're moving hot through the year. So much has happened since we last spoke. How are you, Alex? How are you, viewing audience? Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. It's all over.
Yeah.
Now we can focus.
Doing great. Had a great break myself. Got some snowboarding in. Got engaged. I'm
Congratulations. It's hard to do congratulations when it's just me here, and you're not. Yeah, I've known for weeks. So
it is what it is, and I can't change the past.
But yes, we've got some beautiful things on the horizon. Paramount Plus is starting up. Luke and I will actually be together for this card that we are about to break down, and we will be with the one and only Danny the Betman Bitman. So it's shaping up to be a great January already, and I'm excited for 2026, and I'm super excited for the new UFC and Paramount relationship here. I'm going to save a boatload of money. All that means is more money to spend on gambling.
guys, I've gone through a spiritual awakening over Christmas. Where do we begin? So last fight we saw, Manel Kape versus Brandon Royval, feels like a year ago at this point. I've been just watching a lot of NFL, a lot of college football. I saw we watched the Jake Paul fight. We came on here. That was the last time we came and spoke with you guys. We gave you our predictions for Paul versus Joshua. A lot has happened, right? For me, I had Christmas with my family. Beautiful, beautiful Christmas. Day after Christmas, I embark on a 14-day spiritual fast. So from the Friday after Christmas, December 26th, until Friday, January 9th, I had zero food. I lost 24 pounds. I went from 186 fat to 165, 164. Either way, still have maintained the weight, still have maintained the discipline. No alcohol have touched these lips since Christmas Day. And we're moving forward. It's dry January. It's a new life is what it is. This isn't a dry January. This isn't a New Year's resolution. This is a rebirth. This is a rising like a phoenix through the ashes. I've been sharper than ever. I've been hitting on sports I don't even know about, on games I don't even watch over this break. And I have the board is right here. I see the board so clearly for UFC 324. I always say 324, 322. I've never in my life said 324. A lot of people from overseas will say that. A lot of foreigners will say that. I always say that was weird with me, but it's a new life. I'm reborn. A lot of things are different about me now. So what have I learned? Going 14 days without eating, part of me, you guys, if you watched the show for the last 6 years, I've done 3-day fast, 5-day fast, 8-day fast.
You're looking good. You're looking a lot healthier. You're looking a lot thinner. You're looking great.
If you see me in 2 weeks, I'll be even better because I've kept the weight off. I've been doing intermittent fasting ever since. I ate last night and then I waited 16 hours before I ate today. Pretty much I'm on one meal a day now because when you go 14 days without eating, you come back, you're like in a whole new frame of mind. Like for me, I'm like, all right, not medical advice, consult your doctor. And I'm just joking about all this. But for me, now it's like I put food in my body and I'm like, cool, I'll eat next time when this food runs out. Like I'm not out here like, oh, well, I had breakfast. I better have lunch. I better have dinner. I'm just like, I eat. And that's the beauty of it. I wait until I can have really good food. I wait until I can have exactly what I want. And I don't feel the pressure of eating at all during the day. I'm like, dude, you went 14 fucking days. You don't need to fucking eat. Like you can just wait until something really good's in front of you. And then the alcohol thing, I mean, dude, that's half the battle right there. No alcohol, no refined sugar. You take those two things out, you're going to lose weight. But if you stop eating 14 days, obviously you're going to lose weight too. But I'm saying the weight is continuing to fall off. I'm putting my shoulder feels better. You guys know how to hurt shoulder. Groin is still shitty. But we're doing push-ups. We're getting back into the swing of things and reclaiming our power. We are grabbing the bull by the horns. We're reclaiming our power. And I'm a whole new me. Finish the year strong. We're starting the year even stronger. Hey, New Year's resolution, lose 20 pounds. Check. already done. What's next? Like we're just a wood chipper right now. We're chopping up goals, eating them for breakfast, spitting out results. We're chopping up goals with our teeth, and we're spitting out results. Is that a saying? I'm chopping up goals. I'm spitting out results. I'm chewing up goals. I'm spitting out results. That should be a saying. But I digest, and
I mean, we gotta talk about the birds, right? Like, what a collapse! What a terrible calamity of a season. These guys suck. Luke,
I mean, for me, I'm not doing 6-7. I'm just juggling. Like, I'm already over the birds.
You're going to be in your own personal hell when Mike McStudy is the next offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. You thought you were out of the woods when he got fired by the Dolphins.
I said that to a coworker, and he was like, "I'd rather have McStudy." I was like, "Stop right there! Just stop! This is how it starts.
I went to a work event today. Everybody glazing Mike McStudy, saying how they can't wait for him to become the offensive coordinator. Hey, he was a pretty good offensive coordinator. I forget what team he was with. Maybe it was like the Niners or something like that before. But
we're of course talking about Mike McDaniels, who we call Mike McStudy. I actually went to college with Mike McStudy. He played football and would be a better coach than Mike McDaniels. That's for sure. And second of all, now I call him Mike McDaniels. I don't call him Mike McStudy anymore because I feel like I'm starting to. I just think of the guy who went to college with, a super nice guy. I don't want to like use his real name to pick on this nerd. He's a brawny, manly man. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't deserve that. So I'm like, all right, well, I need to think of a new nickname for McDaniel. But I called him Mike McStudy because he's like, a little nerd with his glasses and stuff. It was different spelling, right? Different spelling. But I now I call him Mikey McDonald's.
Okay.
Mikey McDonald's. I like that even better. So that's Mike McDaniel's new name, Mikey McDonald's. We're gonna keep going until we don't even remember what his real name is. But if I see his cold red nose with his kid's cough and his kid's cold dripping down on the Eagles sideline, wearing a pair of fucking off-whites, I'm gonna Elvis my TV. I'm not gonna be able to watch that season. Hopefully by then I'll be down in Duval and I'll be a Jacksonville boy anyway. And I was really sad to see my Jacksonville Jaguars lose to fucking Mickey Mouse Allen over there. But dude, NFL has been really great. I mean, look, Christian McCaffrey's a god. At the end of the day, he deserves to have a statue in the front office of the NFL, like in bronze, on display for every player who walks in and signs a contract with any fucking team. Because at the end of the day, you got Lamar Jackson sitting out with a fucking mysterious back injury or whatever the fuck he had. You got all these other players just constantly sitting out, Jaden Daniels, fucking who else? I mean, pretty boy Ricky from fucking Cincinnati.
Joe Burrow,
you know what I mean? He's sitting out games like with his turf toe and all this shit. It's like, and you got Christian McCaffrey shoving a tampon up his fucking nose on the sidelines where his jersey's ripped in half off his fucking body. Like, you don't have to even speculate how hard he works. You see his game-winning touchdowns, you see his touchdowns, you see his yards, and then you just look at his fucking jersey. You can look at the stats or you can look at the man's jersey. He's got the other team's end zone paint all over him. He's got fucking blood coming out of him. He's modern day Ricky Williams with a better team behind him.
He's that white boy that works too hard. And he's a great player. Love Christian McCaffrey, love watching him play, love the way he plays the game. He's not all glitz and glam like these AJ Brown guys, these divas. There's so many divas in the NFL nowadays, but Christian McCaffrey stays quiet, puts his nose to the grindstone, and he looks great out there. And part of me, like, I hate the Niners, always have, always will. But it's hard to hate them when they got cool guys like George Kittle, who's out for the rest of the year, probably with a torn Achilles, and then you got
the rest of the freaking year. He's out for the what are you talking about? Out for the rest of the year? There's like 2 games left. He's of course out for the rest of the year. He might not play next year. Is what you're probably meant to. Dude.
But Terrell Owens, as much shit as Terrell Owens used to get, he played in the Super Bowl with a broken freaking leg and got like 200 yards on the Patriots that year. You got to give Christian McCaffrey a little credit. He's a workhorse.
You come into this season and people are talking about Saquon Barkley, even last season, Saquon Barkley versus Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah,
and kind of those being the 2 stars of 2 teams that people think can win the Super Bowl, and they're running backs and they're just putting up record-setting numbers. And the respect I have for Barkley, I think he put himself head and shoulders above Henry in these last couple seasons. You know, last season, maybe not this season, but last season.
Last season he did phenomenal. But what would
take the average? So take the average of the two. Take the average of the two. I think he's here. But then the respect I have for Barkley, I just got to give you more to McCaffrey because they were both in the same game. They were both dealing with injuries on their teams. Barkley with less, believe it or not, even though the Eagles had a ton of them. It's like, and at the end of the game, and it's nothing against Barkley. It's nothing even saying like he quit or anything. It's just saying like at the end of the game, one of the stars was still in the game, and that was the one who got the game-winning touchdown. So
from a pass from a wide receiver,
he set himself even above Barkley, who I have above everybody else. He set himself in my mind even above that.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey does get injured a lot. I shouldn't, say that he's like all perfect over here, but it seems like every other season he's missing at least 6 games or something. But regardless, the Niners won. I'm now excited that say what you want, but like it is going to be a little bit more fun watching all these other teams with no stakes in the game besides the stakes I'm putting on the game. That's going to be fun. I'm not going to have any stress. I'm going to be watching. I mean, I knew these daggum birds weren't going to win shit after week 4 of the season. I said, this isn't it. They're bad. This isn't the year for us. No back-to-back. But how could you be mad? You won the Super Bowl last year, whatever. It all comes out in the wash. I just need to see a couple heads roll, and then I'll be really happy.
Yeah, I don't like Sirianni's energy anymore on the sidelines and his player bedside manner. I don't like him spitting and yelling and all that stuff all the time.
He's terrible.
I like a more stoic coach. I like stoic coaches.
Mike Vrabel, great coach.
No, but he's not. I mean, he's the same way. He gets like all like he gets intense. Yeah, but he's not
emotional.
Exactly.
He's not Italian, like freaking Nick Sirianni's over here trying to hire paisans everywhere that he possibly can, and it's only to the detriment of the team.
An emotional environment. It's creating a inflammatory environment. So
who do you got winning the Super Bowl, Luke?
I think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. Nah, I don't know. I mean,
do you know where the Super Bowl is played this year?
Yeah, that's a big advantage. I mean, but it's like, okay, that helps, but it's like, dude, their whole team is fucking fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're still doing it, and they're like throwing Juan Jennings in the fucking slot, throwing touchdown passes. Like, they're just playing fun football and like, the type of football that like you find a way. I don't know. It's
you got to do that when you got Simple Brock behind the fucking behind center. He sucks. He's absolutely terrible.
He doesn't suck.
He does suck. He's terrible. He sucks. There's a reason he didn't get drafted until the last possible pick in the draft.
The Chargers, dude. What is it about the Chargers that put up like these like? I saw a stat like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. It was like the Chargers are exactly even. Like they've since Justin Herbert has started. They have exactly the same amount of wins and losses, the exact amount of points scored as allowed. And then you look at like these games, every time I turn on a Chargers game, it's like 6-12, 3-9. You know what I mean? It's always like they're kicking field goals. Like, do they ever score touchdowns? Every game they have is like 12-15,
Justin Herbert is the most glazed quarterback with nothing to show for it. Everybody says, oh, he's so good. He's this, he's that, but he doesn't win shit. Lamar won an MVP, though, at the very least. He won an individual award where Justin Herbert's 0-4 in playoff games. And sure, Lamar hasn't had the most success in playoffs, but he's had success all throughout every season that he's ever played, except for this last one where he was hurt. I don't think John Harbaugh should have got fired. That was that seems short-sighted to me. But somebody's going to luck out and get a good team. He's already interviewing. That's a guy that when he hits the job market, people are like, I wasn't even thinking about firing my coach, but now I am because I want him.
Yeah, I'd want to get the hell out of Baltimore if I were him. All right. This is not what the people came here to talk about. They came here to talk about UFC 324.
Start the timer. That's not what you came here for.
So one thing I wanted to say, John Anik in an interview was talking about these cards that have 14 fights on them. And he's like, and for me, I have to, then that's 28 fighters plus that I got to like know about their lives and their names and how to, and all this. But I'm sitting there going, John, that's your job. That's called your job. You have to learn about 28 things once a week.
Yeah.
Like it's your job.
And you had 8 weeks to prepare for this one. So what's the excuse?
John Anik wants to be a
personality. You don't know that Ricky Turtois is in a fucking custody battle or something. What's your excuse?
Yeah. I mean, I put Malcolm Wellmaker or Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Turcois. Ricky Turcois, he was on The Ultimate Fighter. Ricky Turcois was supposed to play Raul Rosas Jr. in Mexico, but Rosas Jr. pulled out. They ended up rebooking it, but Turcois felt he was there that night, and he's always fighting with a chip on his shoulder. And you know what I mean? Like you can, some shit. It's not like you have to fucking look up who he is entirely. Like you already know some shit. Point is, it's like John Anik, he wants to be a personality hire so bad, and he's just not a personality hire. It's like DC is a personality hire. Joe Rogan is a personality hire, but he's like, well, I'm one of the guys now at this point. It's like, no, you're not. You're not a guy.
You're not even a dude.
The podcast they do with the DraftKings network, you got to imagine how much marketing dollars is DraftKings putting behind this, and how much like free notoriety do they have from all of the other places you see them. And their podcast, every time I look at it, it's getting like the same amount, like 10 more views than we get. Like I'm like, so the people of, I don't know. I don't know how Anakin
knows who we are, B. No one even knows who we are, B. and we can match up with you and Yanni the Greek and his fucking huge ass team.
I didn't say Yanni the Greek gets views. I'm saying the one he does with Felder, the one Anik does with Felder. Every time I look, I'm like,
Felder is like fucking a mouse pissing on cotton. Nobody hears a thing. Nobody makes a sound. He is the worst ever. And will I say that to his face? Yes, because you're not allowed to beat people up for no reason in public because of words, you fucking weirdo. I love that tweet recirculates all the time where the guy's like, Paul Felder, you fucking suck. And he's like, but would you say that to my face? The guy says, no, you'll kick my ass. He says, valid, or some shit like that. Yeah. But like, it's like, dude, okay, big tough guy. Stop being him, Nick Sirianni. Send him to Mars. As far as I'm concerned, they can sit there with their fiery personalities and argue about.
Just no, we gotta just get the Always Sunny guys. The It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia actors can keep these guys busy for a while. A couple guest appearances for Sirianni on a couple episodes, a couple guest appearances for Felder. Keep them busy. You got to keep them busy. But no, I just thought that was funny. Like, yeah, dude, you got to memorize fucking. Like, he was like, I would love to do like 9-10 fights tonight. I bet you would. I'd love everybody would love their job to be easier. Like,
yeah, I would love to make the same amount of money and work half as much. That would be great. You don't say, dickhead.
and these people will still angle for a raise. They'll be like, hey, I just want you to know my contract's coming to an end, but not taking into account your.
Did you see those texts with Mick Maynard and a UFC fighter's? I don't know who the fighter was.
Dude, that just makes me think that managers need to grow a pair of nuts a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, because dude, I would punch my manager.
He does talk. Young Song is better.
I would punch my manager in the face if I saw those texts. I'd be like, really? Like, you're saying he's either like, no, you're right, Mick, you're right. I agree with you. He's like, I agree with you. He's a fucking like, it's like, dude, what do you do? I could have talked to him better for myself.
Yeah,
I would just be like, hey, Mick, yeah, I was talking to Young Song. He's making 45 and 40. Can I get like 38 and 38? I get it. I'll do that for myself more than the manager coming hat in hand. It's like, we'll go a different direction. Oh, and then he's got 4 other fighters he's trying to get booked too. So, it's like, dude, these managers, there's a vacuum. You can fill it with MMA management, I think.
Absolutely.
Is all you need to have is Hunter Maynard and Mick Campbell's phone numbers and email addresses, because I'll just get them. I have them. It's like Mick.Maynard@UFC.com. And if that doesn't work, then you just do an underscore. If that doesn't work, try M Maynard. And within 7 tries, the email is getting through. And, like, is that what it takes? Like, what does it actually take to be a manager? I don't understand.
Not much. Get no schooling, nothing. All it takes is like being like,
a fighter and trick them.
Yeah.
Which I could do in my sleep. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
Do I want-
boy, who's our hero? The guy who hung out with Diego Sanchez a ton.
Joe Selecki.
No, Josh Fabia. Josh Fabia. That's his name. Josh Fabia, my hero. He convinced Diego Sanchez to suspend himself in midair and take repeated punches to the face for no reason. These guys aren't the smartest guys in the world. We got to stop glorifying them. They all suck.
Listen, I'm just saying that they apparently don't have anybody willing to advocate for them. And at least I'll go back to him like, dude, I tried. I told McMahon he's a fucking idiot right to his face. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'll at least give a shit. Like, I'll be like, dude, no, I told him. I showed him the numbers. I was like, yeah, look. Or I'll show them the numbers in a way that makes sense to them. I'm like, yo, here's why you're not going to get that. Nah, you're not going to get that. We'll ask him for this, though. And we might get that. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll get a 5K increase. We're not bringing up a fighter that's ranked 20 spots ahead of you.
I'm like, nah, we're not going to bring him up. Why not? You know what? If I have to tell you, I don't even want you as a client anymore. You know what I mean? Because you ain't, or I would just say, because you ain't him.
You don't have an underappreciated market that has 40 billion people in their country.
Well, he does. Well, he was talking about Summit Energy, so he does. I think that's why he made the comparison. Like, well, hey, similar guys from similar regions with similar marketability, and but it's like the marketability is the investment. I tell him, like, hey, look, we got a good opportunity here. The UFC is trying to make a big push into China. You're going to get put on posters. You're going to get your name out there. So let's not cut our nose to spite our face over $12K. I'll do this one for free. You keep my 10%. There you go. You got a raise.
There you go.
But when you make $1 million to fight, I'm getting 10% of that. And don't come at me like, that's a little too much. No. I'll do it all for free now. But when you get the big one, that's what I want. That one.
Yeah.
Let me prove my success. I'll get you to the big payday. And I'll take nothing along the way.
Absolutely.
That's every manager should have that relationship where it's like, I'm not taking $300 from you when you're making $3,000. I'm not even going to take $1,000 from you when you're making $10,000 because that's it means too much to you.
I'm paying more in taxes here. I'm paying more in taxes for this.
I don't even want to waste. I don't want to have to put it into my fucking Excel sheet that you gave me $500. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that's no. I just wait until it's enough money where I can go. Cool, thank you. Yeah, that was worth the fucking.
Absolutely.
I don't succeed unless you succeed.
Bingo bang.
These are dude, we're spitballing here, but these are great.
Eat what you kill. Eat what you kill.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you to do some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put you on some live streams. Okay. Do you like the youth of today?
Yeah.
You like the youth? Do this for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm just pointing to words on a board. I'm like, chopped. I don't know too many other ones.
Yeah. It's
but
tough.
I'm just, like,
it's tough.
going over like terminology. So, as Alex said, so I'm jet setting a bit, guys. We're getting these predictions out to you early. I've already started placing bets. I got a $250 in free bets from DraftKings. I threw those all on 3 and 4 fight parlays. Then I got 2 parlays that I already locked in with some football winnings because I wanted to get ahead of these lines. I'm like, yo, no one's thinking about UFC right now. Everyone's thinking about that football. I'm like, let me lock in some of these lines. So we'll let you know which ones I think are the ones that are going to move, and we'll break down the whole card. But as Alex mentioned, it's my birthday weekend. So can you imagine? I turned 33 at midnight the night of UFC 324. I just did a 14-day fast. I'm purified. I'm coming up on the same year that Christ was crucified. 33 years in Christ's life, 33 degrees of Freemasonry, 33 vertebrae in your spine, 33 times in Hamlet was the phrase to be or not to be said. 33 songs on Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti album. Led Zeppelin, I don't know why I said it like that. Led Zeppelin.
I feel like an astronaut, Larry Bozy Bear.
Yeah.
I do feel like an astronaut, Larry Bozy Bear. So,
shaping up to be a great year.
You guys know, if you watch the show, that I capitalize on events when there's mono, when there's energy, when there's aura in the air, when it's a wedding or it's a baptism or it's a birthday, or a bachelor party. I collect all the energy and I put it out, and then I get it back with money in the bets.
And he learned all this from a book about magic annotated by a very special someone. So, this is how he learned how to collect mana. This is how he learned.
I learned this from many books, many texts, and also the movie Moana. So I'm going to just tell you that as I turn 33 on this sacrificial ritual evening, coming off of a 14-day purification. 14 days. Pythagoras himself did 40. Jesus did 40. I did 14, but I did 333 hours. 333 hours leading up to my 33rd birthday. 33333. All the threes. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Holy Trinity. Everything is aligning, guys. You want to get in this fucking car with me. You want to get in this car because we're driving on pure, unleaded, unfiltered gasolina. Okay? So we're going to take it slow. We're back in the saddle again. It feels so good. It feels so nice. I was on the phone with Alex last night after the Birds lost. He was in rough shape. I had to take into account. I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't been drinking. When you don't drink and you encounter a drunk person, it is the worst thing in the world. It makes you never want to drink again. You're just like, do I actually sound like this to people? Like, Alex told me 3 stories. I had heard all 3. I had heard all 3 stories weeks before, days before. He gave me no new information. Then he's just going on and on and on and on. And I'm like, all right, I got to tell him. So I'm going to tell you now on this show, for my birthday, you better not be giving out of your beatings for my birthday, dude. You better. I literally had a vision of you blasting 2002 emo music, forcing people to listen to Burt McCracken interviews, and just giving ear beatings, close talking everybody, and just making people be like, dude, get this guy away from me. And I was like, I got to control his drinking in somehow, some way. I have to control Alex on Saturday.
And it's going to be tough. Everybody knows when I'm on mountain time, everything's different. Everything's different. I'm out on the mountain. I'm snowboarding. When you're taking a body beating like that, you need something to ease the process. You got to lubricate the tendons, the bones. You got to make sure that everything's firing on all cylinders here. So I will say I was only planning on giving out ear beatings for your birthday.
I know.
That's the only gift I have to offer is ear beatings.
I'm clairvoyant, dude. And I am so tapped in with the ethereal realm right now from the fast and from the purification journey that I've been on that I can see the future. And I saw just you and me, and we're like standing by an island, and you're like finishing off a drink as you're cracking another one that you already had ready. And like you're in my friend from college's face, and you're like touching him, and I'm seeing him not want to be touched. And you're like right there in his face, and you're like, just listen to the words of this song. And he's like, it's loud. It's really loud. Like you're waking the kids up that are sleeping. Like people are getting annoyed. And then he can already hear the song, but you're making them listen to it. Like, with his eyes, I guess, like with his eyes, like you're like, listen to, like, look at, like, I need, and then you're giving, and then you're rewinding, you know what I mean? You're rewinding, and then you're like, then you have to pull up like an interview that talks about it so that you can explain, and then it's like a whole mess. It's a whole mess. So
like this is when the used in MCR actually had a little bit of a falling out, a little bit of a beef, so to say. But now they're cool now. Ever since they all got sober,
and then I pictured you trying to wrestle Dan.
No, I would never. Dan tries to wrestle me. That's the issue. That's where people get things confused.
I hope somebody tries to wrestle me.
Mine's my wrestling of Dan is always a retaliation. Like he attacks me unprovoked, and then I go at him, and then his wife's yelling at me all of a sudden.
I've just been fasting and weighing in, and I've been watching Iowa State wrestling. Or is it University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes?
University of Iowa.
Yeah, the Brands brothers. Brants. Yeah, I've been watching them. He's been giving me fucking motivational speeches. And I've been watching the boys wrestle, and I'm so light on my feet right now. If anybody tries to wrestle with me, it's not going to go good for them. I'll tell you that much.
My buddy at work, All-American for the University of Rutgers, and we talk about it all the time. He got in the top 7 in the country. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool.
Wrestled with Nick Sirianni back in the day. No, not Nick Sirianni. Nick Soriano.
You know what they say? If 7 guys can beat you, 8 guys. If 7 guys in the whole country can beat you, I mean, what's that say? They just need an 8th guy, you know?
That's great. That's great.
But
yeah.
So
we're here. I'm happy to be back. I was telling Luke all last night how much I missed the pod. I felt like I've been missing something the past few weeks. I'm like, am I forgetting something? Or are my keys on the table still? Did I leave my wallet at home? No. I've missed the pod. I've missed you people. And I wish we were live right now so I can give you a big old smooch, Carrie Jane. But, I digress. We got to get back in the swing of things, pre-recorded app just to make sure that we're still firing on all cylinders. Make sure that we still even want to do this. I would love to. So, I digest. Without further ado, let's get into the fucking fights, baby. This is a stacked card. First,
one last thing.
Okay.
Real American wrestling.
Bo Nickel coward.
Bo Nickel getting clowned by Colby and Luke. Dude, the best part of that video was when Luke chimes in and just like comes over the top rope and just like really suns him because like, and then
and Luke sounds wasted. By the way,
yeah.
Luke sounds absolutely obliterated. He's like, button it up, Bo. Button it up. That was my favorite line of the whole thing.
My favorite was when Colby goes, my favorite was when Luke goes, you quit before the knee even landed. And Colby's like, look at him, he's over there, he's about to cry.
That was excellent.
Like, when the camera's not on one guy and he doesn't have a microphone, if I was Colby, I'd be like, oh, he's actually crying. He's actually crying. Really like, maybe like, were you?
And then Bo Nickel,
I wasn't. And then Bo would have to be like, I wasn't crying, and then that's like what everybody who was crying would say,
Exactly. And Bo Nickel, after all that, Carl Anthony Towns, if you know, you know. After all that, Bo Nickel pulls out of his match against Yoel Romero. It's like, oh, what? He missed a little weight, so you can't have an aggressive hugging match against him? Like, dude, Luke Rockhold had his jaw broken because Yoel Romero missed weight for a belt, and he still decided, you know what? I'll get knocked out, keep my belt. Who the fuck even cares?
Yeah, that was nuts.
And then had to get kissed on the mouth by Yoel Romero after Yoel breaks his jaw. Man, we don't have stuff like that anymore. We need more stuff like that. Guys who, fuck up, don't deserve it, don't get the belt, and then, they still win. The other guy who threw him a bone said, yeah, I'll make sure that you can at least get paid 70% of your purse. Let me throw you a bone. And then that guy gets floored, knocked out cold, when on all accounts he was the good guy in that situation.
Yep, nice guys finished last. All right, so UFC 324, first fight of the night. We're starting off with Ty Miller versus Adam Fugit. This fight, it's our grab your popcorn, take your seat, start the pasta water like fight of the day. You got a 25-year-old who's not fought in the UFC before, coming off the Contender Series decision win against 7-2 Jimmy Drago 4 months ago. Before that, no contest due to an eye poke. He's undefeated. I don't want to bet this fight. This is going to be my like light a dollar on fire, throw it into the air for good luck kind of fight, where it's like just burn a fight, take it off the table entirely, free space, skip, pass, want nothing to do with it. A 6-0 guy versus 16 fight vet and Adam Fugit, who is 37, but we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what we don't know about this kid. He hasn't fought anybody. So we're just going to watch this one. First fight back, it's a warm-up for us. It's to lick our fingers, see which way the wind's blowing. But I want nothing to do with it. I'll pick. I mean, you're asking me to just pick. You say, Luke, pick this fight. It's like, Luke, I would personally say, like, if I'm in a room with all my friends and the fight's on, who do you got in this fight, Luke? I'm not really betting this fight. I mean, if I were to bet it, I'd probably take the guy who's 12 years younger in a weight class south of 185, but he's a big favorite. He only has 6 fights and he's never fought in the UFC before, so not worth it to bet on him. Adam Fugit at least has some durability.
And good Adam Fugit.
is sneaky. Yeah, he's a veteran at the very, or, he's not really a veteran, but he's like more of one than this kid, and could give him what for. So I don't see Ty Miller covering the spread, but I don't see Adam Fugit springing the upset. Tightrope walking in a fight that I'd rather just gather data from and
gather the data. I'm not gonna in good faith tell you Adam Fugit's gonna win this fight. But as Luke said, it's like, what do I take? Thriller and Ty Miller? Do I take this guy who couldn't even get a finish on Contender Series coming in against Adam Fugit? Adam Fugit, a tough, big, rangy guy. He reminds me a lot of like an Austin Hubbard type. He's just like a numbnuts. He goes in there. He's nobody told him he's supposed to lose, right? Nobody told Adam Fugit, hey, you're supposed to lose this fight. This guy's better than you. He doesn't even think that way. I guess I'll take Adam Fugit, just the evil you know versus the evil you don't know. I know what Adam Fugit's capable of. I don't know what Ty Miller's capable of. We'll see, though.
I gotta grab a paper towel. Sorry, I gotta grab a paper towel. You can start the next fight, but I'm just gonna say Ty Miller round 1 KO, just because Adam Fugit's coming off a round 1 KO only a few months ago, and this kid apparently has good striking and hits hard. So if you're gonna try to suck any meat off this bone, if you watch this guy's tape and you like him, maybe you get Ty Miller round 1 KO or bust. You know what I mean? But I'm not betting that really, and I'm not gonna.
But I mean, he took Michael Morales all the way to the 3rd round. Everybody loves Michael Morales, him and his little parades, dancing around in a dress. Everybody loves this guy, Michael Morales. But Adam Fugit took this guy to a 3rd round. Took Mike Malott to a 2nd round. Yeah, he got knocked out by Islam Dulukov, but beat Josh Quinlan, beat another guy, Yusaku Kinoshita. I'm gonna take Adam Fugit. I'm not very convinced on it. I don't have a bunch of conviction on this one. But I think Adam Fugit's a tough customer. He makes guys who are a lot better than this guy Ty Miller, who nobody's even heard of. I couldn't tell him from a hole in the wall. So give me Adam Fugit. After that, we got a fight we alluded to earlier, Ricky Turquoise. Ricky Turquoise is he's like a unicorn, man. He's great. I love him. I love everything about him. And he's going against Cameron Smotherman. Another guy that we all like. We all like Cameron Smotherman around here. He got out grappled by Ricky Simon, called Ricky Simon a racist after he beat him up. So I mean, this is a tough one as well. Like Cameron Smotherman. Big bad Cameron Smotherman. What has he done to show us he's amazing? Lose to Siri Saidi, lose to Ricky Simone, beat Jake Hadley. Jake Hadley is good, but I feel like those are 2 different weight classes, right? That has to be Jake Hadley, just white Kong coming out there when he really shouldn't. Jake Hadley's in the PFL now. Wow. Hadley weighed in above the contracted weight limit. Surprising. He seems a lot smaller than Cameron Smotherman. Just based off like heartiness. I think I go with Ricky Turquoise here. Cam Smotherman, I'm not impressed by your performance. I don't necessarily think that he has the most diverse skill set in the world. And I think Ricky Turquoise, apart from conceding bottom position, this is Ricky Turquoise's worst issue with his fight game is he concedes bottom position and fights out of the guard far, far too much. This is not 1998. This is not, Hoist Gracie territory here. Nobody should be conceding bottom position to, play in the guard. I don't want to see that ever. It's the worst. It's literally the worst aesthetic that you can have for the judges' standpoint, especially when you're sitting there hooking, trying to get a leg, and you're just getting battered from the top. Do I think Cameron Smotherman will do that? No. I don't think Cameron Smotherman will allow Ricky Turquoise to concede bottom position. I think Ricky Turquoise has a diverse skill set. He's not the cleanest striker in the world, but he's weird. And weirdness can take you a long way. Look at DDP. Look at Yuri Prohashka. Give me Ricky Turquoise, the dog, 2 dogs in a row. I do think both of them have a decent chance of winning. I'm not as convinced about Adam Fugit, but Ricky Turquoise, a tough customer, fought on the hardest competition in the world, the Ultimate Fighter, and has fought a higher level of competition than Cameron Smotherman has.
Well, I'm going with Smotherman. I have him on a few parlays already, actually. I think it's a good line value minus, anything like south of minus 200 or around that range, because Turquoise, like you said, is going to scramble around and he's going to end up sacrificing position multiple times per round. He's not powerful enough to intimidate Smotherman into fearing his strikes. And Ricky Turquoise tries hard, gives a shit, has the Bushido spirit, fights like a Diaz brother, just like, goes hard, but he's not going to beat Smotherman. He'll always lose to like athletes,
What did you think about Diaz catching strays from friend of the pod, Ben Askren, and DC, talking about his record?
One thing they didn't bring up was that how many of those were close decision losses?
Yeah. And like what? So we're going to just act like he didn't knock out Leon Edwards? Like what are we talking about here?
And I mean, like, yeah, like he lost a decision to Benson Henderson.
And if you look at Diaz rules, he won that fight.
Yeah, or it's still going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like he didn't lose; he just ran out of time in a lot of fights. Very few times was he finished. Very few times was he out of a fight. Many times he came back at the end of fights.
He's only been finished once, right? Josh Thompson,
I believe. Yeah, and Masvidal by cut, but
yeah, but that was a crab in the bucket commission in New York City. We were at that fight.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for a crab in the bucket doctor. I actually watched Nick Diaz versus Takanori Gomi on YouTube on World Pride fight over the break. That's always worth a watch.
With fireball punches.
You remember, Diaz go plotting him, but you don't remember like Gomi drops him, and then he like gets up and possibly wins the round on strikes, he beats the you don't remember Gomi takes him down at first, which is funny. It's like, Gomi's a kind of known for being a striker. Yeah. A knockout guy, but he knows how technical Diaz is with the boxing, that he's going to try to take him down. Interesting strategy. And then he gets pieced up, and
I love Diaz that interview where Diaz is wearing the big sunglasses. He's like, as you can see, he hit me with one of those fireball punches right in the face.
He's like, you hit me with some Dukin punch.
I'm happy to hear that Nick Diaz is getting the help that he needs. That was something that was weighing on me for a long time. Get the squad. I don't know if the squad is somebody that he wants in his house or not, but get him whatever he needs, please. I need Nick Diaz to be healthy, smart, capable, and the fun-loving guy that he never was.
Yeah, exactly. We need him back on that bike, doing triathlons, smoking green, not anything else,
Oh yeah.
Allegedly. So, but no, Diaz is my favorite, and but people forget, Gomi's got his hands by his waist towards the end, and Diaz is just doing what he did to everybody else. And it's it's not that Gomi's tired and can't lift his hands up. He's just has to fucking eat these peppering shots. He's just getting overwhelmed. It was crazy. So, all right, cool. So we're on opposite sides of the first two there.
So you guys are not in tune for another episode of the Agreeable Guys pod.
And it makes all the sense in the world, because I'm completely aligned with the chakras and the balance of the universe, and Alex is completely one day off of a bender. You know what I mean? So it's he's just starting his journey, and he's going to come around to some of these picks as the day. If he can, by the time I see you on my birthday, you could have done a purifying ritual yourself.
I am doing a purifying ritual. I'm getting off of the grass. I'm off of the grass officially.
You need to touch grass. Is what you need to do. You need to be outside touching grass. Yeah. Next, we got Michael Johnson versus. When you see A. Hernandez, your brain wants to say Aaron Hernandez. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew it was Alexander Hernandez, but I was like, is that right? I'm like, it's Aaron Hernandez. We got Master Alexander.
You ever see that video online where the girl's like, oh, my cousin actually paid for the Patriots. And they're like, oh, what was your cousin's name? Was he good? He's like, she's like, yeah, Aaron Hernandez. And everybody like clutches their pearls. It's magnificent. They're like, oh shit, this bitch is related to Aaron Hernandez. Get me out of here.
Yep. So this is one of my favorite fights of the night to bet on. I'm taking Alexander Hernandez on the money line minus 200 all day, all night. That's fucking. When you see some of these fucking newcomers come in and they're like minus 600, minus 800 against another guy and it's like they're not really. It's like you're like, this is kind of crazy that like, you know, this guy's getting this line on him. They're not that much better than that opponent. Alexander Hernandez, I believe, is minus 550, minus 600 better than Michael Johnson right now because Michael Johnson's approaching 40. He has, you know, been on a win streak, but he's won himself into a catastrophic situation here because what's going to happen is Hernandez is going with his youth and his durability and his physique and his physicality. And honestly, look at his last few fights, his decent fucking striking that's really coming along. He's training with Roy Val. He's training with everybody, all the youngsters, all the best youngsters, right? Like he's like out there in Colorado and Texas, mixing it up with the best guys, learning from the best, putting it all together. This is the accumulation. I might add, he will be on my 33rd birthday when he fights. He will be 33 and 3 months and 3 weeks on the day.
3 days too.
Well, and 2 days, but after midnight, it'll be 3 days. So 3-3-3-3-3 on my 33rd birthday. Me and Alexander Hernandez, the Great Ape, are in alignment.
Signs.
What?
Signs.
The signs. So it's Alexander Hernandez all fucking day, all night, mashing the money line on every parlay until we get to the day before or the Wednesday before where I'll be taking A Hernandez by KO. This is a present for him after getting past. He broke the toy Chase Super. All right, here's what he did really. Loses to Damon Jackson. Bad look 2 years ago almost. Split decisions, Austin Hubbard. All right, better than the last fight, but you're coming off 2 split decisions now. Beats Kurt Hollabaugh. Again, I don't know. Some people thought Kurt Hollabaugh
won that fight.
But then somewhere around the Chase Super fight, which was only 4 months ago, but it was
that fight on the same card as Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvalishvili?
I can tell you, but I'm not going to. So It was on the card with. I was at an airport when I watched it. It was on Doladeze versus Vittori too. I was at the airport. I remember.
Could have been more wrong. Well, it is a Georgian.
So the point here is, you knock out Chase Hooper, you knock out Diego Ferreira. This is all around the time that like Roy Val's at the top of his division, and there's a lot of like shit going on around Hernandez. It's motivating him, and those guys are locked in and they're all locked together. I'm hoping that's still the case, and I'm hoping that things are Roy Val just lost a cop. I'm hoping that he was piggybacking off of the camp for that anyway, and now Roy Val's back and he's helping him get ready for his fight, and spirits are still high, and he goes in there and does what he's capable of and knocks out Michael Johnson. And I love Michael Johnson, but this is how I see it.
Luke, I hate to say it, but I think I'm against you again here. But like, guys, let me preface this by saying, like, I'm the biggest Alex Hernandez hater in the world. I hate the way that he walks, the way that he talks. I hate the way that he dresses. So, like, take this all with a grain of salt. I love Michael the Menace. I hate Aaron Hernandez. So Alex, see, now you got me fucking up. Alex Hernandez, the Great Ape. I'm going to go with Michael Johnson, and it's probably not the smartest thing in the world here because you got Michael Johnson. He lost to Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira lost to Alex Hernandez. Michael Johnson's almost 40 damn years old. You're 40 years of age. And he's coming out there and he's fighting a guy who's like bodied up in Alex Hernandez. But Alex Hernandez, he has something missing, right? Could be hormonal. It could be a bunch of different things that he's missing. But Alex Hernandez is just like mentally not there. Not a guy that I want to put any faith in. Not a guy I want to put any money behind. Alex Hernandez is a born loser. He will find a way to lose fights that he is winning. What, Luke?
I just disagree.
Okay, well, he's a born loser. Don't like him. Don't like anything about him. And I think Alex Hernandez finds his way to, gassing out halfway through the second round, getting pieced up by Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, I mean, you guys have seen him in his last few fights. Like, he's still just as slick as all hell, slicker than he's ever been in the past. He's got some deceiving striking where you think he's there, he's not, and he taps you on the shoulder like he's Deadpool or something. Give me Michael Johnson. I think he finds his way to a victory in this one.
Wrong. Okay. Next we got Thug Rose versus Natalia Silva. Fourth fight of the night. Mid prelims kind of fight. I'm personally going to be in the hot tub or checking on my kids or doing something else around the house. I already know it for this fight. I'm not going to be paying attention to this one. I'm going to sacrifice this one too. But if I were to bet on it, I would pick Rose, and I'm going to pick Rose to win, just because she's the more proven, battle-tested, well-rounded fighter. This other girl, her best wins against Alexa Grasso. Like, I'm not that blown away by. Nobody should be minus 440 against Rose in this division. Nobody. I wouldn't put girls in other divisions against minus 440 against Rose at this point. You know what I mean? Like, Rose is a champ, and she's plus 310, so I'll spam a fucking bet on that all day and not even, and maybe that'll get me to watch the fight. But I'll pick Rose.
I think you're onto something here. But I do think Rose
makes sense. Chewbacca is a Wookiee from the planet Kashyyyk.
What's he hanging out with all these little Ewoks in Endor?
Plus 330 on Rose. Now listen, it is highly dependent on, does Rose give a shit? Is she, did she have a good Christmas?
She's a head case. Rose is.
Does she even care anymore?
Yeah. Does she see?
Is that what I don't know? That people behind the scenes are going, this is a paycheck fight. Rose is fucking fourth fight of the night on the prelims, which I think should change. I mean, we only get one woman's. We only get one woman's fight on the main card. Come on,
all on the prelims.
Let her and Natalie Silva open up the fucking.
I want Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison on the fucking prelims. Get out of here with this bullshit.
I'd be happy to put Krylov and Bukauskas in this prelim spot to get the fucking energy going in the room, and then tuck Rose where they are.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna go with Thug Rose. I know what you're thinking, Alex. This is your fourth dog already on the night. One of them's gotta hit. And I think Rose might be the one with the best chance of winning this fight. Natalia Silva, she does a lot of
disrespectful to not only make the line this.
She's doing a lot of. She looks like she's dancing out there. That's what she does. She does.
And
a lot
people
of
like Rose more. So if it's a close fight, they're gonna give it to Rose.
Of course. But who knows? The UFC. You got to also think about like contracts. Rose Namajunas probably is making like $300,000 to win and show.
But bro, the women's division is so shallow, and she is one of the fucking marketable stars of the women's division. She's held a belt before. She's fought the who's who. She's beaten the who's who, and she makes her little.
She was a marketable star until she shaved her head, Luke. And
that
now
makes her
coming out looking like 11.
It makes her even more of a marketable star, and that definitely increased her aura and her reputation. But she's got a relationship with Pat. She's got her coach Trevor Whitman. She's with Usman and Gaethje, and
don't even get started on her relationship with Pat, please.
Actually, I don't know. I think they actually had a falling out. Now she's just with Pat or something because she wasn't getting the attention during like Usman and Gaethje's kind of fights. And now here we have again Justin Gaethje and her on the same card. But I have no idea if that's all true or not. But point is, they don't care about paying fucking Rose. They need female stars Like, and they don't have that much of a liability on their contracts. There's not that many women.
No, they don't need female stars because the UFC is the one sport in the world that like could you imagine during an NBA game they're like, okay, and now we've got Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky coming out for the halftime show. This is the only sport in the world where they force us to watch a worse version of the product just to be like, well, there you go. I guess boxing too. If you watch any Jake Paul fights, you're gonna have to watch 19 rounds of women boxing each other and in a very lopsided decision. Where in boxing, like, dude, what are these ladies doing to get a fucking fight with Amanda Serrano? Because it doesn't look like they've boxed a day in their damn lives, if you ask me. Jake Paul's been boxing for 3 years, and all of a sudden he's making Anthony Joshua look like a bum.
I'm not here to debate the biological differences between men and women. I'm not even here to debate women's
what
place.
Bathrooms they should go in.
I'm just saying that you mentioned that they pay Rose a lot of money, and what I'm saying is she's one of like 3 girls they pay a lot of money to, and the rest they're paying not a lot. And Natalie Silva's one of the rest they're paying not a lot, and they're hoping that she gets a little bit of. They want to cash in on getting some of Rose's aura out to these other girls, before Rose retires. I get it. I just don't think now's the time. She's 33. I mean, she's not over the fucking hill, and it's really up to her, in my opinion. I think she's the more talented.
Angela Hill?
She's not over, and even Angela Hill's not over the Angela Hill.
Never.
Angela
Hill is an ageless wonder. She will be fighting until she's 58 years old and doing goofy stuff, like throwing fake boobs in her thing and taking them out before she weighs in. Hilarious.
She is very funny if you ever watch her Instagram. So
I love Angela Hill. I have done a full 180 on Angela Hill. Angela Hill is now like one of my favorite fighters.
So you're doing Silva here though?
No, I'm taking Rose Namajunas.
All right, Alex picks his 4th underdog in a row.
One of them's gonna win.
You better play progressively, and hopefully it's Rose because she's the biggest one. So
yeah,
hopefully you're wrong, right.
What do you think about this guy, Denzel Freeman, and that he goes by a whole entire different alias as his nickname, Luke Fox? Now, as a fellow Luke, you gotta like kind of respect that a little bit.
I do, and I also wanted to go into the UFC under the name Luke Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
I do remember that. That is a great nickname.
I love what he's doing. It's where the ambiguity is nobody knows who Luke Fox is. Nobody knows who Yarby. So if Luke Fox is just his alter ego, it's like, cool. That's cool. He's making his own superhero origin story. But if he was like, I'm Denzel James Bond Freeman, like that's like an established character. So like it harkens the imagination to, okay, this guy fights like James Bond, I guess, then you can start to, so I think it's perfectly fine to do. But I kind of love it actually. Luke Fox. Yeah.
Luke Fox is a fucking sick name. And if I was a UFC fighter, I mean, Denzel is a cool ass name already as it is. Denzel, Denzel.
Luke Fox is a total porn star name though.
100%. Or like a superhero's like office job name. Like the superhero's alias that he goes by in his everyday life. Or it's like
Johnny Quest. I can see like a Johnny Quest type kids show, Luke Fox, Johnny Quest. Like it's like he's got
Osmosis Jones.
He flies around in like a spaceship and he's like a secret agent kid kind of thing,
A Cody Banks type of guy, huh?
Again, more Johnny Quest. I already said the example, but okay, one example's enough. But okay, so this is a great fight, right? Because you got Josh Hockett, who everybody loves right now. They call him Josh Hockett's gonna kill this guy.
He played on the Niners.
Josh Hockett's gonna kill this guy, dude. He
hit a cup of coffee with the Niners. Okay, he hit a cappuccino with the Niners.
Denzel didn't look super impressive in the fight against Buljo. So I heard. I think that was like the first fight of the night, and I was like chasing my kid around.
It was the first fight of the night. It was super boring.
That's what I heard. I did take Freeman in that fight. He did win, but it's Hockett all day and all night here. You know who I'm mixing Josh Hockett up with? I'm mixing him up. His name, he doesn't look anything like this guy or even fight like him really, but I guess because they both came on the Contender Series, like maybe even the same night or the same like back-to-back weeks. It was the concrete guy, the fat guy who used to be fat. He's got the loose skin, and he fought last time we were home for the Christmas party.
Yep.
I mix those two guys up. Like when I see Hockett, I think, yeah, it's that concrete guy, the fat guy. And then the former fat guy, the jelly roll guy.
He is very jelly.
He's jelly rollian. He's very jelly rollian.
Jelly rollian. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Josh Hockett myself. My first favorite of the night. I mean, and you see these guys, right? 29th in the heavyweight division worldwide, 33rd in the heavyweight division worldwide. Where is Gable Stevens ranked? Because I think Gable Stevens takes both these guys and makes mincemeat of them.
Yeah, that's a casual take. Honestly, you and Joe Rogan have that casual ass take. I think I want to see Wyatt Hendrickson.
One of the worst episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience I've ever seen was him and Gable Stevenson. By the way,
I would love to see Wyatt Hendrickson versus Gable Stevenson.
MMA. That'd be epic. That'd be epic. People forget, man. People forget. This guy Wyatt Hendrickson, he beat Gable Stevenson.
And I mean, I would love to, but also it's just like we've seen this play out, guys. Bo Nickel come to mind. Put Gable Stevenson in there against fucking Alexander Volkov. Not now, but like a tall striker.
That's a tough play for anybody, though. That's
a tall striker who's gonna kick him right in his fucking belly, dude. Put him in there against Black Jag. Put him in there against a light heavyweight, Black fucking Jag, Carlos Ulberg.
Yeah.
Put him in there against Magomed Ankalaev.
You're right, but the heavyweight
Put him in there
division
against Magomed Ankalaev. Put him in there against Yuri Prohashka. Put him in there. People are
the
saying
heavyweight division is just so shallow, though. Like that's the only reason why I give him and he has a certain
Put
level.
him in there with Surreal Gone. Put him in there with Surreal Gone. See what fucking happens.
Surreal Gone would go for a leg lock on him and then end up
Gone will beat the living shit out of him, dude.
Yeah.
He will beat the ever loving shit out of fucking Gable Stevenson. And that's on wax. I'm putting that on wax.
Whatever the hell that means. Give me Josh Hockett. I don't think that. I think Gable Stevenson should probably be in the UFC now, how shallow the heavyweight division is. Sure, you put Gable in there with Martin Bidet. Martin Bidet probably beats him. But Martin Bidet is probably the most underrated fighter of our generation.
Derek Lewis might uppercut Gable Stevenson and knock him the fuck out. Like, would that be the craziest thing that Derek Lewis has ever done? He did it to Curtis Blades. How does Gable Stevenson do against Curtis Blades?
Now you're talking. Now Volkov struggles with wrestlers, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gable Stevenson could get the jump on him. But Curtis is a different beast and the same animal. He is a absolute dog and knows how to wrestle enough. I mean, he knows how to wrestle enough to keep this guy off him. And it's probably been. I mean, Gable Stevenson said on Joe Rogan that he's been striking for like 4 months.
If I'm fucking Dana White, I go Gabe Stevenson. Cool. You got Walter Volker. Take it or leave it. 35,000 to show. 35,000 to win. Take it or leave it.
Now, did you see Walter Volker?
Hey, either you win in spectacular fashion, and we'll renegotiate after, or you lose and you're out of here forever, or not out of here forever, but you know what I mean. Or you lose and it's
now Luke.
It could be a Brock Lesnar thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Luke, did you see that Walter Volker it's a unstoppable force meets an immovable object in his next grappling match? He's fighting Zion Clark, the legless man. The guy with I swear, this is true. It's in karate combat. He's going to grapple Zion Clark. Unstoppable force meets immovable object. Like how do you leg lock that of which has no legs?
You gotta wrist lock him.
That's the only thing you need to do. Like you gotta just
before the fight. Like, so what do you use for your legs? I just need to know what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, exactly. But that's epic marketing right there.
Yeah,
marketing genius, B.
They should let him wear like prosthetics in there And then like he goes, he breaks the prosthetic, and the guy's like, I didn't feel shit. And the crowd's like, yeah. And he stabs him. He stabs him with a broken prosthetic.
That's amazing. That is some WWE type shit. Shout out to my guy Luke Fox.
All right, next. So you're taking the Hockett as well. Next, we got Alex Turbo Perez versus Chucky Johnson, baby. I see this fight playing out in my mind's eye. Old Chuck's gonna go out there with his reverse mohawk. He's gonna go out there, touching everybody's fucking hands. He's gonna sprint to that cage. Perez is gonna get a double. He's gonna pick him up. He's gonna drop him. And guess who's going to be right back on their feet? Charles Johnson, right back up like a fucking cat, springing back up. Bow, 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 bow. And he's going to knock Alex Turbo Perez out in devastating and spectacular fashion, anywhere between round 1 and round 3.
I mean, I know it's been said numerous times. Charles Johnson is the last person to beat Josh Van, the champion of the 125 division. He's had some tough fights in there for sure. I love Charles Johnson. I think the energy can really lock in on this fight. He says, Josh Van won the title. I knocked his ass out. What the hell are we doing here? Give me Charles Johnson. Give me the energy. Alex Perez, he shocks us sometimes, but I don't think this is a scenario where he's getting the jump on Charles Johnson.
Now,
Charles Johnson older than Alex Perez.
Alex Perez is a guy that they're paying too much money to. Alex Perez is a guy that has a lot of losses, and Alex Perez is a guy that they're trying to kind of get out of here more so than, Rose.
Fair enough.
Same with this other guy, Andre Pulaev. They want him out of here too. He knocked out Nick Klein. I believe that was a short notice fight. Oh wait, no, they don't want Pulaev out of here. I'm thinking of somebody else. I thought Pulaev was the guy who lost to Paige Van Zandt husband,
Austin Vanderford.
Yeah, who did he beat? He beat that one guy. Anyway, it's not Pulaev. So either way, Pulaev. No, they like Pulaev. Dude, this is a great fight. Man, this is the guy that trains with Khamzat Chimaev. He took the Nick Klein fight on super short notice, I believe. No, this is not that guy either. Who the fuck is
different guy? These are all different guys. All right, well, let me just say this. And Atiba Gutierrez, not convinced. I know that he's gotten some quick knockouts.
A lot of those guys left their best skills in the locker room.
A lot of them.
They shit their fucking britches staring across from this guy, and
I don't even necessarily think any of those guys were very good. Like, yeah. I don't think Robert Valentin's very good. I don't think Jose Medina is very good. I don't think Tristan Vines is very good, and neither is Ozzy Diaz, the guy he was originally scheduled to match up with on that one.
But again, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is a minus 1,000 favorite against
minus 1,000. There's like no value there.
No, so my point is like this. He's not a minus 1,000 favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's dog or pass, absolutely. But I actually just think it's a sneaky good bet. I think Andre Pulaev is like definitely built for the distance more than Gaethje is. I think Gaethje, we've only really seen him in first round knockouts, right?
Except for the way he lost.
So I think if Pulaev,
he did that before he even got to the UFC. He lost a split decision on the regional scene.
Okay, well, either way, I'm just going to assume that the Russian's going to be able to institute some wrestling here and get him to the ground and win a decision or finish him on the ground.
This guy, Gutierrez, is not a Themba. He's not Themba. Themba knows how to wrestle.
He's better than Themba, dude. He's way better than Themba.
Got a lot more power, that's for sure, but we haven't seen him get tested ever. Yeah. He's fought against guys who were 0-0 in the UFC in every single one of his fights pretty much, except for Let's see. Let's just do a little thought experiment. Tristan Vines, first fight in the UFC, never fought in a fight before that. 0-1 in the UFC in totality. Robert Valentin, 0-3 in the UFC. And then Jose Medina, what is he? 0-3 in the UFC. So he has not beaten a single guy with a win in the UFC. Got beat by a split decision by Glenn Williams, who has one professional fight. That was against Gaethje. That is all that guy has from Wales, Glenn Williams. So I'm not sold on this guy. I'm not sold on him. He's a paper tiger. He's going to go out there, and I think that Audrey Pulayev is going to be able to push him to the limits. Yeah, you say, oh, but this guy already lost in the UFC. He lost against fucking Christian Leroy Duncan, who's an absolute animal. And I'd imagine that he came into that fight on short notice, just because CLD is a good name. No, it wasn't on short notice. Wow, surprise, surprise. But CLD is a great fighter. Nick Klein, not so much. But at the end of the day, neither of these guys have beaten anybody with a win in the UFC. That's just the facts of the matter. Give me Andre Pulayev. He's fought a higher caliber of opponent, and I think he's going to be durable enough to get to that second round, to get to that third round, and then put a hurting on Gaethje. Plus 550. Great value there. Give me Pulayev.
All right. So after disagreeing for the first 3, we agree on the second 4. And Rose and Pulayev, they're just huge dog shots. So this isn't parlay pillar stuff. This isn't stuff you throw in every parlay. This is just like a solo bet dog shot, like on.
Get yourself a bankroll for the main card.
Yeah, just a little snack, a little something to be on the right side of history if things take a wild turn. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo, very good fight, very interesting fight. I think the line tells you a lot about what people believe about Umar. I mean, Deiveson Figueiredo has looked pretty good, transcending divisions and stuff. I just, minus 1,600 now. Umar Nurmagomedov steamed to minus 1,600. He's 8 years younger in a weight class 135. Like 30 years old at 135 versus 38 years old at 135. I just don't think we're going to get the best Deiveson Figueiredo post weight cut. I don't think that we're going to. I don't think we're going to. It's another outstretched line where Deiveson Figueiredo, can certainly give Umar what for, but I don't know.
We've seen a different Deiveson Figueiredo since he's moved up to 135. Sure, he's had a couple of good wins, but how he's gotten those wins is not the same Deiveson Figueiredo we saw at 125, where he was knocking guys out. I think the best thing for Deiveson Figueiredo is probably going back down to 125, and I know that's a hard weight cut for him, but
he started this 2 years ago. He submitted Cody Garbrandt, then he beat Chito Vera by decision, then he loses the decision to Peter Yan, loses to Corey Sandhagen, gets the shit beat out of him by Sandhagen, and now he's back 2 months after beating Montel Jackson by split decision. You just got to look at Umar lost the fight to Merab, but it was razor close. And
I thought Umar won,
and he broke his hand.
Yeah.
So, not making excuses. I'm just saying you're going to see a really good Umar Nurmagomedov. He's going to beat Deiveson Figueiredo. It'll probably be a decision. I'm not betting Umar by decision. I'm not betting Umar minus 1,600. I'm not touching this fight. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. It's going to be a really competitive fight, a good fight, and I'd like to just enjoy it and not really want to sway it one way or the other. So, official pick, Umar Nurmagomedov. But Figueiredo goes right into that same bucket as Pulayev, and Namajunas even more so in a lot of ways. The only thing is his outstretched age. He seems to have some of that ageless wonder, Yoel Romero type stuff where he looks really, really good on the scales, like Edson Barbosa, Yoel Romero come to mind, but it's the insides. It's the constant dehydration, the weight cutting, the stuff that you don't see. Umar, people forget, has a devastating body kick.
Mm-hmm. He's going to kick him right in the liver.
He's going to kick him right in the liver, right in the kidneys. He's going to fucking blast him, and I think he could finish Deiveson Figueiredo by knockout.
Mm-hmm.
If
I agree.
If Deiveson doesn't come in here perfectly. I think if Deiveson comes in perfectly, rewind the clock 5 years, he looks great. Not even really 5 years, but just, to how he looked against Garbrandt, how he looked, against Chito Vera. You rewind it to that Deiveson Figueiredo, I still think Umar, when things get squirrely, will be able to put him on his back. Now, Davidson's a great grappler, but just not Dagestani great grappler. You know what I mean? I think he'll be able to defend kind of like how Aldo defended against Merab, but I don't think he'll be able to get enough attack going, and the long, boring leg humping moments that Umar will be able to put in at worst will win him the fight. And at best, he kicks him in the fucking body, punches him, knocks him out, and it's a really exciting finish for Umar. So
And Umar is like freaky long. Like he's like a long guy, and people don't give him enough credit for like keeping range. When somebody gets inside of that range, he goes for the takedown. He gets him down. Like Umar Nurmagomedov, he might have lost to Merab. I thought he won that fight. I think Umar Nurmagomedov is even better than Khabib. Like, to be completely honest, he's a way more well-rounded fighter. He's like Islam Makhachev with better kick game. So I couldn't agree more. I know that it's a very, very steep line, but it's the right outcome. Umar Nurmagomedov is going to win this fight. And do I think that he deserves a title shot after beating Davidson Figueiredo, who's 1-3 in his last 4? No, I don't necessarily think so. But I think he will get the title shot if Merab Dvalishvili is taking some time off. What else are you going to do? You're going to run back Jan versus Merab 3, which would be a great fight. But I think Nurmagomedov kind of like surpasses him within this bout, just because I think Merab needs some time.
Next, we got Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. Crazy that Krylov's only 33 years old. He's the same age as me. This guy feels like he's 65 years old at times. He just got knocked
War
out.
War does that to you, Luke. War will do that to you.
War changes, man. He's coming off of back-to-back knockout losses over the last calendar year, and that's my thing. The style that Krylov fights is one that is dependent upon him being able to take damage, because he's kind of like a wild and crazy guy like that, So I just think that, sadly, even though he's only 33, we're looking at like a Jimmy Manuwa situation where I think his chin's not getting any better. It's getting worse every time, and he's in the light heavyweight division where, guys be throwing. You know what I mean? They might as well be heavyweights. They're faster than heavyweights and just as powerful. So I'm going to take Bukauskas, and I think Bukauskas gets the knockout.
I'm going to take a shot on Krylov here. I know that it's probably not the smartest decision, but it's like I've been wrong every single fight that he's had since he has been at war with Mother Russia. And I'm not impressed by Bukauskas. I know he's had some good fights. He knocked out Paul Craig brutally. He had a split decision with Ion Cutabella, which, just how good is Ion Cutabella, guys? Like Luke's favorite fighter in the entirety of the UFC. But he hasn't really fought anybody very good. Lost to Vitor Petrino, lost to a bunch of guys who aren't on the level of what Nikita Krylov has shown us in the past. You got to think going to war impacted that, and maybe now that he's been, because that war's done. I think
Not done at all.
Huh?
Not done at all.
You would think, based on the news cycle, that it's over. But
Devil's greatest trick was convincing the world it didn't exist.
Oh, very true. Very true. But give me Nikita Krylov. I don't necessarily think. Yeah, it's so funny that the minor is on the same card with Pat Berry and Rose Namajunas. That's hilarious. Great work. Great work, UFC. Some wordplay within different things here.
Like, that's your takeaway?
Insert joke there. But I'm not going to make any of those jokes. Too lowbrow for me. Give me Nikita Krylov. I'm not in love with it, but you got to think that he's going to come back to old form soon. And I know, like Luke said, like his chin is never going to get any better. It's only going downhill from here, but I think that he's just a better fighter, a better, more well-rounded fighter. Bukkake has some bad knees, and he's going to need his knees for this one to generate that power. Give me Nikita Krylov. Hate the pick, but I love the pick.
One thing's for sure, this is the fight that they hope ends in a knockout, because at the end of the day, they're putting two guys. Bukauskas has had some glass chin issues, like before his first cut from the UFC, before he came back.
Yep.
Krylov's been knocked out in his last few fights. This is the fight before the main card. This is the one that they want you to go, we got to watch the main card. Actually, I don't really know how it's going to work.
I sell holy shit moments.
Usually this is the part of the card where you'd have to make a decision if you're going to buy it or not, and that's kind of their usual MO, but now they don't have to do that. But maybe it's like, well, this is on, free TV in some capacity, and then it's like you have to have like go buy Paramount Plus so you can watch the rest of this, so maybe they still are trying to get people to press a button at the end of this fight. But if you watch Dana White's interview where he took a guy from Forbes to a fight and explained like everything like production wise that was going on, he says the first fight of the night you want it to be a banger, and then he said the fight right before the main card you want to be a banger, and then the first fight on the main card you want to be a banger. And they all kind of follow that formula if you look at it. So starting the main card, we got Arnold Allen versus John Silva, an amazing banger of a fight. One that probably also ends in a finish. So for me, it's John Silva. Even in fights Arnold Allen has won or looked good in, he's gotten cracked. He got cracked by Cater, Max Holloway, or not Cater. Let's see if I can do this without looking at his record. Max Holloway is the one I'm thinking of where he got cracked at the end. He lost that fight though, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he looked really good against Giga Chikadze, but Giga is kind of getting a little older. Giga still looks great and fights great, but he has had more hit and miss performances, and he just got knocked out cold. Give me John Silva. John Silva by knockout. Arnold Allen is way too friendly in there. John's going to bait him perfectly.
I mean, yeah, he got jumped. He got jumped by a couple of French Canadians. Like, what are we doing here, B? But I'm going with
telling people you got jumped if you're a fighter.
Yeah, right.
Fucking fought them all off.
But I'm going with Arnold Allen. Just a more diverse skill set. I think that Arnold Allen has a very underrated grappling game. I think that he can get Gene Silva to the ground. I mean, you gotta call into question like how much of that invincibility that John Silva had while he was in the UFC goes out the window after an absolute ass whooping by Diego Lopes. And sure, through Diego Lopes, we can do anything, right?
Diego Lopes is amazing.
Believe, achieve, dream. What is it? Make it happen. Is that what he says?
Dude, Diego Lopez versus Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen would look like fucking Rory McDonald after he fought fucking Robbie Lawler. His heart would keep him in it, but he would take a life-changing beating.
Yeah.
Diego Lopez.
Yeah, but I just don't think that John Silva's power is going to be enough to really surpass the well-rounded skill set of Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen can win in a boring fight. He can win in an exciting fight. People forget, man, he was beating the shit out of Movsar Evelev, and he should have gotten a TKO victory over Movsar Evelev, but they said that the knee was to a grounded opponent who wasn't grounded whatsoever. Give me Arnold Allen. I think Arnold Allen is a great fighter. Very, very good skill set. He's with a great team. He's got Faraz Sahabi. They're going to craft up a great game plan. They're going to tire John Silva out. They're going to put him up against the cage, back against the cage, and Arnold Allen is a lot more hearty than, like a Bryce Mitchell who had success against John Silva before he got finished. I think Arnold Allen goes out there and kind of ragdolls John Silva, and John Silva's air of invincibility is already called into question. Like, I don't know if you guys watched like how that loss against Diego Lopes like affected him, but he was like crying a ton. And I know he's a cry guy. Like, there's certain guys
he's cried before and after every single fucking fight.
There's cry guys out there, right? Like BJ Penn used to walk out to the cage crying every time.
Once.
One of the greatest fighters of all time.
Happened once.
He's an emotional guy. John Silva's an emotional guy. I just think Arnold Allen keeps an even keel, goes out there, and just puts on a masterclass of a performance where people are like, oh, Lerone Murphy, Arnold Allen, all these guys, like, what are we doing with Diego Lopes fighting Volk again when he had no success against Volk in the first place? Give me Arnold Allen. I love Arnold Allen in this fight. Arnold Allen will be a parlay pillar for me. The end of Gene Silva as we know it. He's going to be one of these flash in the pan guys who came on starching everybody and then once he got that first L in the UFC. I know he had some losses before the UFC, but once he gets that first L in the UFC, it's all downhill from here. He doesn't see the path anymore. He's not going to believe in himself as much. I'm taking Arnold Allen.
Okay. Next, we got Derek Lewis versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. What do you think about this one?
Waldo Ocasio-Cortez, like he's good and all, and I love all the hype around him. I love that he's really capitalizing on the eye poke situation. I love that he's like playing into it. He says, "I get poked in the eye. Tom Aspinall sucks." Yada yada yada. But a little bit much. Kicking a man while he's down. This guy needs like 4 eye surgeries. This Tom Aspinall. I think the Black Beast goes out there and gets it done. I know he's old. I know that, he makes a lot of money from the UFC, and the UFC is like waiting for a guy like that for the shoe to come off. But I just don't see how Waldo Cortez Acosta can possibly implement a game plan that will beat Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is a very, very crafty guy. He's going to kick him in the balls twice. He's going to poke him in the eye, and he's going to make that eye poke count on purpose. And we'll see how funny it is wearing an eye patch and stuff when Derek Lewis rips your eyeball out of your head. Derek Lewis is a guy who, he does say it a lot, tongue in cheek and whatever it may be, but he says he will go in there and cheat. He will do whatever it takes to win. He is the man. Derek Lewis, he's going to get this done, and he's probably going to end up on the White House card after this. Give me Derek Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like this. I agree with everything you said. I don't see this being like an Ngannou versus Lewis fight where Cortez Acosta would have the advantage, moving longer, jabbing. I see Derek Lewis engaging. If Derek Lewis engages at heavyweight and puts his hand on you, he's going to knock you out no matter who you are. So if Cortez Acosta was getting pounded up against the cage by Tom's boy before the eye poke or after the eye poke or whatever, what have you.
Whatever his name
but
is.
If Derek gets him in that position, he's not going to stop, So you're not going to catch me like praying for a -300 Acosta victory because it's like on my parlays and like, I need this, like, and then not being able to celebrate a Derek Lewis victory. I bet against Derek Lewis one time and wasn't able to celebrate a very fun Derek Lewis knockout as an underdog. I'll never do that again. So
Chris Daukaus, was that it?
God, yeah, Chris Daukaus. What the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking? I knew there'd be hell to pay, but it crossed my mind a little too late. What?
We were with Dan for that fight too.
Yeah, and you guys had Lewis, and I was just like, what the fuck? I wish I could enjoy this more. But Kyle Daukaus was on a bit of a spree at that point, and I thought his ground game was going to be better than Lewis's. Anyway, Chris Daukaus, not Kyle Daukaus. Yeah, I'll take Lewis. Not a parlay pillar, but a little solo shot, Derek Lewis by knockout. Little sit back and watch, not even bet on it. Enjoy. That's where I want to be for this one.
Oh yeah.
But these next 3, I have high opinions on.
Okay, and this one I have a pretty high opinion on as
Let's
well.
hear it.
This is Sugar Sean O'Malley versus the Kung Fu Kid Song Yadong. I think that, and this might be a hot take here, but I think that after Sugar Sean O'Malley saw Peter Yan beat Merab, it opened everything up for him. And I think that we're going to see a free Sugar Sean O'Malley in this fight. And I think Sugar's going to get it done, dude. I think he's going to go out there. And believe me, guys, like nobody has been a bigger Song Yadong proponent than me in the past. I love that dong, da dong, dong, dong. Pause. But I just think Sean O'Malley, he had like a mental blockage with what was going on. He's like, oh, well, I'm never going to fight for the title again. And, if he knew that Peter Yan was going to win that fight, he probably wouldn't have taken this fight. And he probably would have gotten the title shot. And I will say this. I know I mentioned Nurmagomedov being first in line for a title opportunity. But, I mean, how do you not give it to Sean O'Malley if and all things point to Merab is going to take at least like 5 months off, right? It all points to that. Sean O'Malley can squeeze himself right back into the equation, fight Peter Yan, a guy who he has a win over. Sure, a lot of people thought Peter Yan won that fight, me included. That's a get back. That's a get back. That's one that Peter Yan's going to call for. That's one that Sugar Sean O'Malley's going to call for. Peter Yan hates Umar Nurmagomedov and would rather vacate the belt than give him a fucking shot. Give me Sugar Sean O'Malley putting on an amazing performance and probably eking out a decision, but he looks good doing it. It might be a tad close, but he's going to do some sensational things in there. Song Yadong is hardy. Song Yadong is a man. Song Yadong is a guy that I'm afraid of personally. I don't want to see Song Yadong. Give me Sean O'Malley. Give me Sean O'Malley winning this. Sean O'Malley fights Peter Yan next for the title while Merab is on his hiatus.
Yeah, this is one that I had a very strong, confident opinion on when I first saw it. And then as I've listened to you and kind of taken a look at some more detailed information, if you were to make a case for Sean, you'd say, well, Sean trains with Kyler Phillips. He's probably bested Kyler Phillips many a times. And this guy Song Yadong lost to Kyler Phillips 5 years ago. But then, since then, he lost to Corey Sandhagen. That one stands out. It was almost 3 years ago, but hey, he lost to Corey Sandhagen. Got the shit kicked out of him by Corey Sandhagen. Cut, bloodied, battered. I could see Song Yadong chase.
He had a gash on his face that was for the ages.
No, I got the shit beat out of him. I'm saying I could see Yadong just kind of like being completely outclassed on the feet and walk and trying to chase him down for the whole 3 rounds, just getting bang, 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 just beat up and just getting decisioned by O'Malley and just never really going down. O'Malley being like, yeah, man, I hit that guy super hard. I don't know what his head's made out of, but shouts out to Yadong. He's a tough guy. Anyway, Peter Yan, I'm coming for your belt. It's like that's the path there, right? But I think in how I opened my opinion with this fight was
I won't beat my dong, but I'll beat your dong, as Sean just said.
My thought is that Song Yadong is way too strong, way too athletic, and way too powerful to not get a hold of him and drag him down to his butt or just punch him hard as fuck and possibly knock Sean out. So I'm going with Yadong as an underdog. I already got some parlays that include Yadong and the next 2 fights. So we'll get to those in a sec. But I hear what you're saying, Alex. The stars are aligning for O'Malley in that if all he has to do is win. He's higher up on the card than Umar. He wins this fight, he goes into Peter Yan. Song Yadong wins the fight, he might go into Peter Yan, even though they already fought and Yan beat him. So I think what would happen is if Song wins, he kind of just sits on ice for a bit, and they try to give Umar the shot against Yan. So it works out for everybody if O'Malley wins, but this shit doesn't work out for everybody all the time. And O'Malley is getting worse, not better with every fight. He's getting richer, not fighting than he is fighting. He can't possibly care as much as he used to. What got him to the dance is no longer a secret. The secret's out. There's footage on him. People know his weaknesses. He's going to spend too much time improving on weaknesses that his strengths are going to start to falter. Song Yadong's on a higher upward curve trajectory and has a better physical body type, more physicality. He's going to be able to get his hands on him.
Who's got a better body type? Aljamain Sterling or Song Yadong?
Song Yadong.
Really?
He's built better. Like he's like got more muscles than him.
No way, dude. You're crazy. Have you seen the pecs on Aljamain Sterling and the legs on Aljamain Sterling? You're insane. If you think that Song Yadong is bodied up better than,
I'm just saying, I think the secret's out on O'Malley, and I think it's going to get worse, not better. Before,
the secret was out on O'Malley when he won the title, and that was what I was about to allude to. Andrei Sukumtov was taking Sugar Sean O'Malley down.
It's not take him down. It's just they know how he moves now. He's got tendencies like everybody else. They've been studied. Uriah Faber is going to have Song Yadong trained up good and right for this. And here's the other thing. O'Malley is in the Adesanya zone right now. He is going to continue to lose.
That's fair. That's fair. He does have similar aura, does have a similar style, does have a similar frame. Skinny guy, does have gynoplasty on his titty, tittied up. Right? Like
whatever.
These
Yeah, I
guys.
didn't even think about those. But I mean, he also just like makes a lot of money outside of the UFC, has made a lot of money in the UFC, has already seen high highs in the UFC, and this fight shouldn't get him up. It's a 3-round fight. It will get Song Yadong up. Yadong will be up for this fight.
My dong certainly will be.
And then for
I'm
this
pumped
next
for
one,
this.
it'll go right back down because we got Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. I'm going to keep my pick short, sweet, and to the point. It's Kayla Harrison.
The Subaru Classic. The Subaru Classic.
It's Kayla Harrison all day and all night. Amanda, dusty old Amanda, rusty old Amanda Nunes is going to come out of retirement. She's going to be flat. She's going to get ragdolled. She's going to get the shit beat out of her. Kayla Harrison will still make it look difficult for herself at times, but she will win a 5-round decision against Amanda Nunes. She will drown her. She might even get a finish because Amanda cannot return to five mid rounds off of how long of a layoff?
At least 4 years.
No. She fought Alrini Aldani June 10th, 2023. So 2.5 years. At this level, she's in the McGregor zone.
Yeah. And I mean, you think about this, right? Like Juliana Pena choked out Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena got absolutely outclassed by Kayla Harrison. Ragdoll. Bullied. Absolute terrible bully job. I really want to say that Amanda Nunes can win this because, like, if we look back at the one loss that Kayla Harrison had against Larissa Pacheco was a UFC washout, failed on the Ultimate Fighter. I think she had a couple fights after that in the UFC, and then lost them both and went to the PFL and ended up beating Kayla Harrison. A real Buster Douglas situation there. But Buster Douglas was like a lot better than Larissa Pacheco. So like I would love to take Amanda Nunes, but I just don't think we're gonna see this light of a line for Kayla Harrison ever again. Especially if she wins this fight. We will never see her south of minus 500 in this division. Very shallow division, more shallow than the men's heavyweight. Give me Kayla Harrison. I mean, the value is there, right? Like, sure, you would never even see Amanda Nunes with a plus sign next to her name earlier in her career. But Nina Nunes is there. Nina Nunes is really what like corrupted Amanda Nunes' whole career, if you ask me.
She's got Amanda washing the carrots and scrubbing the potatoes.
Exactly. You're gonna see this all on Unfiltered next week. Ooh, not Unfiltered. What's it called?
I don't know.
Behind the scenes for the UFC. I don't
She's got her. Amanda comes downstairs in the morning. Nina's got a honey-do list for her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A honey-do. She's got a honey-do list a mile long.
A mile long. And
Amanda's got her hard hat on. She's putting nails. She's hanging up picture frames. Is it straight? And Nina's like a little to the left.
And all credit to Kayla Harrison. When I heard the story about her and her children that she adopted from her sister, like that was very heartwarming. You know, that was a super heartwarming tale. This
isn't the Heartwarming Brothers podcast, so
it's a heartwarming story though. You know, she really she's not the stepmom, she's the mom that stepped up. So
I don't know the full story.
I think her sister was like addicted to drugs.
I know. I know. I'm kidding. I'm just saying, like.
But I'd like to hear her.
Imagine I take your kids, and then you're sitting there, you're like, I wasn't even drinking that much. Everyone's like, good on Luke. You're like, I want my kids back. I wasn't even drinking that much. I was having like a bottle of wine a night. Like, sue me. I thought it was wine o'clock.
I had one glass of wine that was
shaped like fish. Moms do it better with wine. I saw it at Target. I bought it. I hung it up.
That's great. Yeah, give me Kayla Harrison. I mean, activities there. She has looked 10 times improved every fight she's been in since she has started fighting in MMA from judo. And I hope she wins, and I hope Ronda Rousey starts fucking getting itchy. I hope Ronda Rousey is like, get me in there, because we need like some parity in this. We need some parity in the ladies divisions. And I don't care if that means Ronda Rousey has to take a fucking ass whooping. Okay,
I'll tell you this, dude. We don't need Ronda Rousey. Valentina Shevchenko will beat the shit out of Kayla Harrison.
No, no, dude.
She can wrestle now, man. People forget she can wrestle now.
But it's the same situation, right? Where it's like we all thought and everybody thought Wei Zhang was going to be able to go up and compete, even though she's a little smaller. But Kayla Harrison, she fought 155 in the PFL. She is a big broad. She is strong. She is humongous. She has fucking traps up to her eardrums. Okay.
Dude, what would you put the line Valentina Shevchenko versus Amanda Nunes if that were the fight right now?
Well, considering that Amanda
Shevchenko would be more of a favorite.
No, Amanda Nunes beat her twice.
Feed her Nunes. Feed Shevchenko Nunes. That's the fight I want to see.
Nunes would be a -600 favorite against Valentina.
No, she wouldn't, dude. And plus, Valentina won those fights too. It was a fucking bullshit decision. Anyway.
If it wasn't a Mexican Independence Day, I'd probably win that fight.
All right, main event time, guys. UFC 324, Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. This fight will be taking place after midnight, 5-minute rounds if we need them. 37-year-old Justin Gaethje versus 31-year-old Paddy the Baddy. You would think Paddy's going to be the taller guy. He's 3 inches longer in reach, 73-inch reach to 70-inch reach, but he's an inch shorter than Justin in height. So I don't know what kind of measurements they're doing. I imagine Paddy towering over Justin Gaethje in height, but for some reason it ain't the case. So, personally, guys, you want to go first, Alex? You want me to just get out?
Paddy's a sorcerer. He says sorcerers don't get knocked out.
I mean, I think Paddy can take the best of people's punches still. And I think that Justin cannot. I think that it doesn't make sense. If 5 years ago you told me like you're gonna pick Paddy the Baddy to beat Justin Gaethje, I'd probably be like, you're crazy. But I'm picking Paddy the Baddy to beat Justin Gaethje and to finish him. It might sound crazy, but crazy things happen all the time in the UFC, and this is the plan. This is what they want. Justin Gaethje committed a venial sin by saying, I will retire if they don't give me a title shot. They had to psyop Ilya's ex-wife. Then they had to get him to relinquish the belt. Then they had to make a belt up just to get Justin Gaethje to show up for fucking work. And that is
Joe Rogan.
I don't know. Yeah, I saw, but that is sacrilegious for Justin to do that. Paddy's easier to work with. They want Paddy to win. Paddy, I think, does win with some kind of crazy performance. And also, people forget when he fought Michael Chandler. There were moments when Chandler, engaged in the grappling and had successes, but on the feet, he was drowning Chandler. He was absolutely drowning him. And Chandler and Gaethje had a competitive fight, a close fight on the feet. Chandler cracked him a couple times. Justin's game is figured out. He's over the hill. He's been knocked out, and this will be his last fight in the UFC. For some time, mark my words, he will retire after getting knocked out. And then he'll be doing real American freestyle.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the system that's going on now. No, I agree. I think the Baddy is gonna get it done. I love Paddy the Baddy. He's gonna, you thought it was bad. Play it.
Look at him, absolute disgrace. Why would I want to be from Liverpool? It's a shithole.
Shout out to SD Kid. Shout out to.
I don't know who that is. I just found it. Just said Liverpool was a shithole, so I just grabbed it. But
SD Kid is the rapper that everybody is saying is Timothy Chalamet. But give me Paddy the Baddy. People also forget that Justin Gaethje has death before dishonor tattoo on his ribs, and he let Khabib drag his nuts across his face while he tapped and still got choked unconscious.
In front of his parents who were sitting front row.
In front of his parents who were sitting front row. I think Paddy Pimblett dragged his Scouser nuts and sausage against fucking Justin Gaethje's face in this fight. I think that Paddy the Baddy has a way nastier triangle than fucking Khabib, and sure, he might not have as smothering of a takedown game, but Paddy the Baddy's a guy who's gotten fucking flying triangles in the past, and on top of that is 10 times longer than Khabib. Khabib's like a little fucking Ewok compared to Paddy the Baddy. Like, I can see Paddy the Baddy ending this fight with his nuts on Justin Gaethje's face. And
Justin thinks he's got strong leg kicks. Paddy was brutalizing Michael Chandler's legs. So,
is Joe Rogan on the call? That's what I need to know, because I need to know how much these leg kicks actually matter. Right,
Paddy, when Justin goes to try to slow him down with leg kicks, he needs to jump knee, create scramble situations that end up giving him that position you're talking about to triangle him. Go for it. Justin Gaethje's not hard to take down, guys. People fucking forget that. Like, yeah, he wrestled, but Paddy could take Justin down. If Peyton Talbot can take down fucking Henry Cejudo twice, you don't think Paddy the Baddy can take down Justin fucking Gaethje?
Yeah, I could agree more. I'm going with Paddy the Baddy. Paddy the Baddy emphatically. Minus 215 as far as Tapology can call it. And I think that line extends. I think you got to get your Paddy the Baddy bets in now, today. It's already too late, actually. It's already too late to get the line that you needed for Paddy the Baddy. This line is going to go as far as minus 350 Paddy the Baddy before the fight even starts. I think Paddy the Baddy goes out there and demolishes Justin Gaethje. Dustin Gaethje stinks. The only person worse than him is Dustin Poirier. So give me Paddy the Baddy. I love him. Justin Gaethje's a crybaby. He's gonna keep doing the YouTube golf. See if he can beat fucking Michael Chandler with kid clubs or something like that. So give me Paddy the Baddy.
Full picks top to bottom. If you're going with me, you're going with Paddy the Baddy, Kayla Harrison, Song Yadong, Derek Lewis.
Luke, Natalia Silva's on short notice too. Alexa Grasso was supposed to be the woman fighting Rose.
It's insane. Anyway, Paddy, Harrison, Song, Lewis, John Silva, Modestas Bukauskas, Umar Nurmagomedov, Andrei Pulaev, Charles Johnson, Josh Hockett, Rose Namajunas, Alexander Hernandez, Cameron Smotherman, and Ty Miller.
Oh, is that an interception or is that a fucking fumble? Sorry, guys. Watching the Steelers versus the Texans right now. Talk about grabbing the bull by the horns. And if you're rolling with me, I'll go through it a little slow so Luke can do his job over here and keep track.
I already have it typed up. You're good.
Okay, I got Paddy the Baddy, Kayla Harrison, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Derek Lewis, Arnold Allen, Nikita Krylov, Umar Nurmagomedov, Andrei Pulaev, Charles Energy Johnson, Josh Hockett, Rose Namajunas, Michael Johnson, Ricky Tukwa, and Adam Fuguet.
And the triple double P certified picks are Paddy the Baddy, Kayla Harrison, Derek Lewis, Umar Nurmagomedov, Andrei Pulaev, Charles Johnson, Josh Hockett, and Rose Namajunas. It's like we pretty much agree on all the bigger dogs that are just kind of like, this don't make sense. And then, a lot of disagreement in between. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. We missed you. We love being back. Take care of yourselves. I know I have been coming up on 33 years. So happy that you guys still tune in and love watching. And this is going to be a big weekend. So keep us up to date in the comments with your thoughts and what's going on. Let us know how your new year was. See you in the Discord maybe, but probably not. But we'll do a little something with the boys.
I'm gonna be close talking to people about the
Alex gonna be giving people ear beatings. Yeah, that's about it, guys. That's it, and that's all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you. Maybe we'll check in before with a little week of show if anything changes. But other than that, we'll catch up with you guys after UFC 324. Thanks a lot.
Love you guys. God bless.